spatial computing, that's the business we're in, augmented reality, and now a virtual events company, or really video conferencing, which has really taken off for us. So the future is here now. Augmented reality, artificial intelligence, they've merged, and they're transforming our world into a 3D spatial computing wonderland. Um, if you look at some of the things that's gone on, at NexTech, this is just kind of a summary. We're in a great position right now, dealing with a paradigm shift right now in globally, really, to almost anything technology, but especially this work from home, shop from home shift. So we now have over 8 million in cash and inventory, which is a very strong position for us. I've continued to buy shares. I've bought over 1 million shares of stock in NexTech just in 2020 alone. We have multiple business segments, not just one, that are benefiting from this new work from home, shop from home paradigm shift that really everybody, employers, businesses, and governments have now instituted due to COVID-19. For us, in the month of May, sales have surged. We had record-breaking revenue, 1.3 million just for the month of May. That's a 169% increase. Gross profits of $800,000, which was a 290% increase year over year. AR, augmented reality, it's right smack in the middle of this paradigm shift. Our new acquisition of the video conferencing training platform, which we acquired April 30th, is adding a lot of fuel to our fire. And so, that platform is integrated with Zoom, WebEx, Google Teams, etc. And with our AR on top of that platform, basically woven into it, it's driving a tremendous amount of new business for us. So we have our e-com business, which is benefiting from this new shop from home normal, as well as our video, which now has video conferencing with AR. And so, these are huge paradigm shifts. We're in a great position. We're actually benefiting from this pandemic. Major new client wins are accelerating. Dell, TELUS, Bell Canada, Staubli, Arch Computer, MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL, and these are not small organizations. And when we go in and we do a project for them, it's typically repeat business because we have such a robust tech stack. There's lots of product for them to be ordering from us on the menu. So once again, April 30th, we acquired a video training, live streaming software company, Jalokia. Their existing customer base included Johnson & Johnson, Merck. They've worked with Toyota, CBS, Polycom, and others. In 2019, they generated about $1 million in SaaS revenue. If you look at our platform today, a comp would be Zoom. Zoom is currently trading at a price to sales ratio of 70x, which sounds high, I have to admit. A lot of people have said that it's overvalued, but it keeps going up and it keeps getting higher because there's this insatiable demand in the marketplace for those services, and we'll talk more about that later. Right now, we're trading at roughly 20 times our 2020 estimated revenue. So with both our AR e-com business and this acquisition, NexTech has positioned itself at the right place at the right time to participate in this new technology paradigm shift that's taking place. Augmented reality is what the company was built on. That's where our tech stack still lives and breathes. And as mentioned earlier, we're integrating that into our video conferencing platform, which we'll reveal for you in a few minutes. Augmented reality on its own is exploding from just a little over $2 billion to $27 billion in 5 short years. It's growing at an 86% compounded annual growth rate. It's a very, very exciting new technology. And we're getting calls now from major manufacturers asking us, can you give us a quote on ARitizing hundreds of SKUs? This has never happened before for us. This is all brand new business, and we're answering those calls. We have a first mover advantage. We're the first publicly traded pure play. Again, the AR industry is growing very rapidly, 86% compounded annual growth rate. We have recurring revenue and growing streams of revenue, blue chip partners, Dell, TELUS, Fastly, and LivePerson, expert management team and advisory board, and a very tight capital structure. Some major catalysts for AR and VR adoption already in place. You could look at the mixed reality market size. It's going from 27 billion to 200 billion. It's just straight up growth. And 5G and the wearables, meaning AR glasses, are really driving that growth and adoption. So, we're in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution. And make no mistake about it, technology is driving this revolution. It's being led by AR, AI, the Internet of Things, edge computing, and the 5G network. And they're all converging and becoming increasingly ubiquitous for training, e-commerce, advertising, entertainment. The convergence really reminds me of the 1990s. It's stimulating this rapid adoption environment. It's creating billion-dollar industries overnight. Just look at the cloud. Cloud computing stocks are going public, almost every other week, and they all are going public with multi-billion-dollar market caps. And that's part of this whole convergence that's going on. And NexTech is uniquely positioned to capitalize on a lot of what's happening in the technology space today. AR wearable devices are already on the market. Google just acquired a company called North up in Canada for $180 million. They were an AR glasses company. That just kind of shows you that the market, there's a lot of demand in the market for augmented reality by the biggest tech companies on the planet, Google being one of them. If you look at 5G, that's really what's going to drive the mass adoption of the glasses. Without 5G, you really can't see, you won't see a mass adoption of the glasses, but it's coming. 5G, just accelerates everything. It's like, the dial-up modem versus, the high-speed internet. It's a tremendous increase in bandwidth. It's like 10 times, and so it's going to be super exciting when everybody has a 5G phone and they're experiencing augmented reality through their glasses. So here's some glasses. It's a wearables revolution really that's already begun. You have Magic Leap, really the biggest player in the industry. You have Snap. They're also in the race. Microsoft HoloLens. They just won a $480 million contract to supply the military with their HoloLenses. And Apple is expected to ignite the industry with its AR glasses launch in 2021, which we're super excited about. Just to drive the point home even further, Apple's commitment to AR is huge. Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, believes that augmented reality is going to change the way we use technology forever. And he claims that we're already seeing things that will transform the way you work, play, connect, and learn. Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes glasses should debut in mid-2021. They'll become an accessory, much like the Apple Watch. So you use the iPhone to relay the signal to the glasses. And when those glasses come out, that's when it really gets interesting for augmented reality. That's when Everybody on the planet is going to be looking for an AR experience, and NexTech will be there. Here's some of the industry participants. You know, again, it's pretty much all the big boys: Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Shopify, Snap, Vizix, YMI, Hologram, and of course, NexTech. Just going to demo some of the AR experiences that we've already created for some of our clients. It kind of gives you some of our greatest hits. You'll see some really exciting technology at play. Super exciting to see that sand separation solutions, that giant piece of equipment that you could put in a parking lot, and it's as if it's there. You could put it on a boardroom table, and it's as if it's there. That's what makes augmented reality so exciting. And you don't need any goggles. There's no glasses needed. It's all through your smartphone. So we did launch our new ARitize 360 app. It's on the market today, and it allows anybody with a smartphone, it works on both Android and iPhones, to capture. Right now it's for sneakers or shoes. You just need a light box, and you could capture your own. And if you have a business, turn it into an AR asset, send it to us, and we will put it on your website for you, and you'll have a web AR experience. It's that simple. So, we turn things from 2D into 3D. And I'm just going to play these two videos because they kind of speak volumes. Whoops, videos just, here we go. Objects were created using our ARitize 360 technology. So, that's kind of a testament to our technology. This shows how it's done. A smartphone and a gimbal, and you're in business. So we have a leadership position, AR product offerings and growth, 4 verticals. We have the industry's first self-serve platform. ARitize has artificial intelligence, analytics, and it's compatible with all devices. Our 2 main business segments really can be broken down into software. And in that software bucket, we have Inferno AR, which is our video conferencing virtual events platform, which is its own business segment. ARitize, which is our app, which we use for product demos for major corporations. And then we have our 3D AR ad network, which is now starting to gain some momentum. And then we have our AR hosting services. And then on the other side of the spectrum, we have our e-commerce division. We have two wholly owned subsidiaries. They're enhanced with AR capabilities. We sell vacuums and pet supplements, which sound strange, but they're great businesses. And they give us a sandbox to play in and really test our technology out. We have a great management team there, and we're using AR and AI to test market and drive revenue. So right now, our business is being pulled upward in a significant way. We're seeing a surge in business because there's this $150 billion displacement going on. What are we talking about? Virtual conferences, everything that has to do with video and Zoom, the fact that there's social distancing, there's no live events. That's creating this $150 billion displacement. And NexTech has one of the solutions for corporations. And so we're landing a lot of business, and it's starting to accelerate dramatically. We're just trying to keep up, hiring more people to keep up with the demand. And this slide speaks to the fact that it's not going away. Meaning, this is going to be a regular occurrence. Virtual events in the future will be here, even after COVID-19. And that's really important to the longevity, is that there's this shift that's occurred and we're not going to go back, meaning it'll be a blend of virtual events and, live events, in-person events, but it will not go back to the way it was. So you probably see 40% of that $150 billion stay in the virtual event market, which is a huge number. And we're just kind of growing into that number. So it's a big deal, and it's something that we're super excited about. Now let's get into this Inferno AR platform that we've built on the back of the acquisition. So there's really three major areas, multi-billion-dollar market segments that we're going after. Virtual conferences, we're in the market now, landing clients, signing them up very, very rapidly. Pipeline is huge. We're over $2 million in terms of quotes that we've sent out, and approaching 3 million. And that's just in the last 60 days. And so if you think about that, you could extrapolate out, kind of see how this is really a mushroom cloud, but that's only virtual conferences. We're about to launch a new product, a new offering for tech ed. So that's basically everything to do with education, universities, and schooling, and then telemedicine. The platform that we acquired can be tweaked, and we can use it for telemedicine, tech ed, virtual conferences. That's what makes this such a unique investment, really, is that you get more than one business under one umbrella company, which is NexTech. And the way I look at this is that there's this virtual gold rush in online trade shows, virtual meetings, workspace, just think Slack, Microsoft Teams, Zoom. I mean, these are the hottest tech stocks and the hottest trends in the market today. And NexTech is kind of the new entrant. We're the ones that, we came in kind of a little right after everybody else. And we're now in the market, innovating and coming with new product that nobody's seen before, which we're going to show you in just a minute. Before we show you that, though, let's watch this video. is just a little promo video we use. This speaks to the numbers. You know, these numbers actually are going up. We have to update these in real time, but 4,160 events. So, you know, we're not rookies here. We are not going to stumble. There's a lot of talent here, a lot of experienced people that work at NexTech. That came from this Jaloke acquisition. We kept all of the brain trust from that business, and they've done, you know, over 2,500 live events, 100 plus countries. They've delivered over 8,000 certificates, you know, 10 million viewers. I mean, it's pretty epic. Here's an example of what we're building for our customers. So this would be, you know, a registration page for a virtual event. This is called Augmented Virtual Conference 2020. It's just an example of what we build for our customers. This would be, you know, an agenda. Once you sign in, day 1, day 2, day 3, you know, you have this whole agenda that's mapped out for you. To the left, you see the categories: main conference, exhibition hall, booth, AR Academy, AR demos, press room, breakout rooms, program, attendee list, library, design gallery. This is all stuff that NexTech has built onto the Inferno AR platform. And this is what our clients and customers, new customers, are purchasing from us. And, you know, this is like an example: enter the conference. And so here's a booth which you can scan, and you see there's a QR code there. If you scan that, all of a sudden that booth turns into a holographic experience. And that's, you know, what separates our platform from everybody else's. Video conferencing, we've integrated Microsoft Teams, Cisco, Zoom. They're all integrated into the Inferno platform. We could stream a live video conference panel session out to 100,000 people plus. Keep a recorded video of conferencing sessions, make it searchable with closed captioning in 64 languages. Again, AR demos, you know, you just scan one of these with your phone. You just take out your phone camera, put it up to the screen. If you have our ARitize app downloaded on your phone, it'll open up an AR experience for you inside the conference. This is really the slide that I was, you know, most excited about, and I am most excited about. This is what makes NexTech so unique, is that we're trailblazing. We're creating new technology on top of existing technology, and we're making it even better. The existing technology is somewhat boring, I would say. You know, Zoom videos, you know, you basically see tiles and talking heads all day, every day. Like, come on. So we took our technology stack, the augmented reality, and we had kind of a tech summit, and we came up with this new way to transform your computer screen into an AR experience. So while you're watching a Zoom conference, but, you know, obviously we're talking about the Inferno AR platform. So while you're watching something, you're able to experience AR in addition to the experience of the person speaking to you through the platform. And so with that, I'm going to show you Screen AR. That's what we're dubbing it. And Screen AR, we believe, is the future of video conferencing. I'm actually going to play that one more time without the sound. And I'm going to kind of guide you through what you're seeing because it's really important. Oops, hold on a second. Here we go. So the first thing that happens is you take out your phone and you scan that QR code while you're watching, a virtual conference. It immediately opens up our app. You don't have to touch any buttons, and bingo, it's now anchored to the computer screen. And you have, and this is the 1.0 version, you have the hologram, which walked out of the screen essentially, and he's talking to you. You have a logo on the top of the screen for branding, and there'll be multiple brands there. You have the 3D AR object to the left of the screen, that's the sneaker, which is interactive, meaning the spinning that you see going on is happening because the user is spinning it. They're just touching the screen on their phone, spinning it left and right. You can move up to it and you see how incredible that visualization is. It's as if that shoe is there in the room with you. And so if you think about the use cases, it's pretty endless. And we see this as a total game changer. And what you saw just now, again, is the 1.0 version. We're going to be launching, when we do launch over the next short while, the next week or two, it's going to look, it's going to be a quantum leap better. This is just, we kind of put this together for just a demo of the tech. Here's, again, the wearables, next level product demos. So this is kind of where our technology was, where you can have a QR code on the screen, scan it, and then put the product in the room with you. Now we've taken it to a whole nother level where the screen becomes interactive and you have this whole AR experience around the screen that's anchored to the screen. Virtual conference landing pages, here's some more kind of samples of just some cool artwork that we've done for clients, the Canadian government. This is kind of a view into our virtual labs for Ryerson University coming soon. We'll be demoing that at our next Superstock conference. So why holograms work? It's in the data. Create excitement. So it's virtual conferences and training. You see a 60% increase in retention rates. You're generating more traffic with 3D AR ads, and you're converting more with web AR. So it's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Get the ARitize app, scan the on-screen code, interact with AR objects in the room with you. This is a portal experience where you can walk into a door. We're creating a portal for TELUS, which is super exciting. We're also doing it for Dell, where you walk, we've gone into the TELUS store and taken 360 video, and that was in Toronto. And then we've created some product views in there. So you literally put the doorway in your room, you walk into it, it's this whole immersive experience. It's kind of like VR. And when you go into the room, it's this 360 degree, experience where it's as if you're in the TELUS store in downtown Toronto. And then there's, 3D objects floating around. You can tap on them and they open up and tell you how they work. I mean, it's really, really exciting stuff. And we'll be showing that to you in the next Superstock conference. Strong recurring revenue. So, 2019, 6 million in revenue. 2020, we're estimating 20 million, but that number's potentially going up with all the business that's coming in the door. We'll see. We might adjust that. We're targeting 300% growth in 2020. Our gross margin is expanding from 58 to 70% with more software revenues added to the mix. In 2021, 40 million, all bets kind of are off. It's hard to predict just because of this new business that we're launching, but this is what we're estimating right now. So we have some case studies with AR. We did a project with Live Person. It's taken a while to get some traction with Live Person, but I'll walk you through the video. We're very, very close to signing a deal with a major furniture company. So here's two girls out shopping with a friend for a party. They are talking about Tamara Mellon shoes, so they go to her Instagram page. It pulls up a Live Person feed. They're now talking to somebody. Really, it starts with a chat bot. So that's the chat bot speaking to the potential customer. And then once the chat bot recognizes that the person has an intent to buy, it switches to a live person. Once the live person, Marissa, gets involved, she starts to interact. And the best thing that she could do is send a pair of shoes to the customer. So she sends augmented reality created by NexTech. We created these shoes in-house. We scanned the Tamara Mellon shoes, and now she's looking at them in her bedroom next to the dress that she's going to wear out. And there's really no better use case than this, where the customer is able to get a visual on the shoes and the dress, even though the shoes aren't there. Those are $500 shoes. And instead of having to go out and buy it and then return it if it's not what she's looking for, she just uses our technology along with Live Person, and bingo, $575 purchase. That's the magic of augmented reality. Very positive experience. So what makes AR chat so compelling? No special AR app required. There's billions of smartphones, tablets, computers ready now for web AR chat. NexTech and Live Person, we've worked together to put these two technologies together, and web browsers and chat apps are arguably the two most ubiquitous applications in the market today. And they touch the customer at every point of their journey of the purchase. These are some of our blue chip clients: Viacom, IBM Watson, Johnson & Johnson, New Balance, Budweiser. I mean, it's a pretty impressive list, and it's growing. We work with Mila. We've been working on a VR store, but obviously it's on hold because of coronavirus, but stay tuned. Here's our 3D AR ads. We created a new one for a new customer, Clearly CA. So, it's basically try them on in the ad. So you'll be able to see the glasses. There's actually a carousel there so that you'll be able to see more than one pair of glasses, and you'll actually be able to try the glasses on in the ad. That video didn't do a great representation, but trust me, you could try them on. I've done it. It's very, very cool. So why 3D ads? This is one of our other business segments. They perform better than other ads. 376% click-through rate. That's an increase in click-through. You get a much higher return on your ad spend versus static banners. They just deliver a bigger pop, a bigger return on your investment. And we believe that the entire industry is going to shift to 3D AR ads. And we believe that we have the first platform that allows marketers and ad agencies to really capitalize on this. At some point, Google will enter the market. We were working with them a bit in 2019, but they're not really there today. So that leaves the door open for NexTech to go grab some market share and some dollars, which we're doing. AR ads are a force multiplier. They really drown out distractions. The key benefits of using our technology is we have a full product stack, right? So you could capture using our ARitize 360 app. You can configure We have a whole configurator, and then you could publish anywhere. You know, it's cross-platform, cross-browser. It works, you know, on every single website. So saves time, saves money, easy to use. This is our analytics dashboard. You're able to track and measure what's happening in the world of AR. Conversational ads. So this is back to live person running ads on their platform, 10x click-through rate, 300% higher conversion, 2 to 3 times higher AOV. And there's, you know, a Chipotle burrito spinning around, and, you know, super exciting stuff. You could create social buzz. Again, you know, another Chipotle burrito, just scan the QR code. I don't know about you guys, but if I ever go out to eat these days, you sit outside, they don't give you a menu, they give you a QR code to scan. So imagine that QR code doesn't just pull up a menu on your web browser, but it actually allows you to view the product with like a carousel in AR. And so that's what we're working towards. So Q2, lots of those catalysts have already happened. Q3, AR revenues begin scaling. Transformational acquisition, maybe. We are in the hunt for additional acquisitions, and we are in discussions. Nothing to really talk about today, but stay tuned. NASDAQ uplisting, yes, we did apply, and yes, we do think we qualify. Stay tuned for that. We're expanding on our portfolio of patents, major new AR capabilities coming, and we're accelerating our investment. So why own NexTech? Only pure play, small cap, AR, VR, virtual conference investment, first mover advantage in the AR market. Revenue's growing 300%, well capitalized with 8 million, tight capital structure, diversified business, expert management, heavy insider ownership, and again, experienced team of entrepreneurs. I'm the CEO and founder. If you look at my track record, you know, I have a lot of experience running hyper-growth startups, both public and private. I took Take-Two Interactive Software public with a very small market cap back in the 1990s. You know, it was just a couple million. Now it's over 14 billion, which is huge. Paul Duffy, creator of the Humogram, he's an inventor. He's patented a whole bunch of holographic telepresence technology. He's a serial entrepreneur. Kashif Malik, formerly from Deloitte, is working here. Of course, we have Ori Imbar, who is kind of the godfather of AR. Mike Bolins, who's kind of the reporter in the industry with Artillery Intelligence, and Scott Starr, who's a pioneer in retail, working at Salesforce, PTC, and now he's at Live Person. The Kronos Group Consortium, we are part of that group, and we help to kind of shape the market. We're you know, in there with Google, Facebook, Adobe, and other big names. So here's our, you know, cap structure. About 63 million shares outstanding. We have a bunch of options that are getting exercised, some warrants that are getting exercised. The stock has broken out. Market cap's around 350 million. And I got to update this slide because everything's moving very quickly. And that's pretty much it. So Jack, we could open it up for questions.
Yes, Evan, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, perfect. So let's start off with the questions that came in last night, and then we'll go to the live. So first question is from Brian. He's asking, are there any latency issues for the holograms? And if not, why not?
Latency issues. So not on our end, you know, with the holograms, it's really being driven by your Wi-Fi. So as long as you have a good Wi-Fi connection, there's no real issue. Also, the difference between a live hologram and a recorded hologram, there's a big difference between the potential for latency issues. So when you have a recorded hologram, there aren't any. When you have a live hologram, there can be, although we have the best technology in the market. And so with that, we have a tremendous amount of capabilities to prevent latency.
Okay. Next question from Brian is, are you working with AR, AI, eyeglass companies, and can you say who they are?
Um, we are not working directly with AR glass companies right now because there really aren't any other than Magic Leap, Snap, but they're really in their infancy. Meaning, it would be an R&D project. Let me put it to you that way. There's no real money in it. It would just be for R&D. So we are doing some R&D stuff, but it's not like commercial. When was the last time you saw somebody wearing AR glasses?
Okay. We have Paul asking, can you compare your video conferencing to Zoom, advantages and disadvantages?
Yeah. So Zoom is really one to a few, and our platform is one to many. That's kind of the basics. And then, if you talk about Zoom's security, there's no comparison. Our security is head and shoulders better than theirs with end-to-end encryption. We had some breakthrough new security features where we're able to bring security to the edge. We announced that we did that with Fastly, an edge cloud computing company. So our technology, if you go head to head, we have better tech, we believe, but more than that, we have augmented reality built into our platform. Zoom doesn't have that. And none of the players that we're competing with have that because they're not augmented reality companies. So, that's the real big game changer for us.
Okay. I believe his name is Koa. Koa is asking, how did the business with Steyr Arms go? I don't see the NexTech augmented reality pictures on their products.
Okay, so Steyr Arms, we're waiting for them to send us uh, the firearms. After COVID struck, everything kind of stopped, and that deal is kind of on hold just because we can't get the assets.
Okay. Donnie is asking, Zoom signed a distribution deal with Verizon and their salespeople are trained. Do you see Inferno doing the same, hooking up with carriers?
It's certainly possible. We are in the market. We're on the phone every day. We're talking to, we have TELUS as a customer. We have Bell Canada as a customer. So it's possible. I mean, our business is surging, and for us, it's really just about landing more and more deals. It's not about necessarily partnering with big telco.
Okay. Brian is asking, will more school districts other than Dallas ISD sign up, even if the kids go back to school?
We are talking to many, many educational institutions. Yes.
Okay. Donnie, another question is he asking, can you please explain about security and working with edge potential?
Well, all you have to do is read our press release from just last week. We announced breakthrough new security. It's end-to-end encryption, but we have this added security that we've developed with Fastly, where it brings the security all the way to the edge. Which you have to understand cloud computing a little bit to understand how that works. But if you read our press release, there's more content in there.
Okay, okay, so now let's go to the live questions coming in. And again, everybody watching, please submit your questions. So here we go. I can't see the first name, but he's asking, how high is the risk of silent competitors overrunning a company like NexTech at a certain moment?
I mean, right now, there's more demand in the market than supply, right? So it's just a supply demand thing. There's only a handful of companies that do what we do. It's not like everybody does, video conferencing. And so with that, we see, we don't see that there's a shortage of customers. And so we really don't see an issue with other, competitors in the marketplace. I mean, competition is healthy, and our technology is really the thing that's when you look at our platform, think of it as more of a Mercedes or a Rolls Royce. When you look at our competitors' platform, think of them more as like Toyotas or Hondas. That's kind of the difference.
Okay. Next question again is from the live question. What difference and benefits being a Nasdaq bring to NexTech? And what's your vision as to what other areas NexTech will develop and get into to dominate with its vision?
So NASDAQ is huge. Why is NASDAQ huge? Because it brings us institutional investors. Right now, our investor base is all retail investors. And so, there might be some hedge funds, but there's no institutions. And you're not going to get institutions until you're on NASDAQ. Not only institutions, but index funds. There's a new work from home index fund. Maybe we could be included in that. That will not happen on the OTC QB, which is where the stock trades now. So getting uplisted to NASDAQ broadens the pool of capital. Think of the OTC QB as being a pond, and think of NASDAQ as being an ocean of capital. It's a quantum leap up. It's a huge difference.
Okay. Next question is, how do you see the market developing in Europe with your new hire? How quickly do you see revenues coming in following the new hire?
So we have two guys in Europe. Actually, we have a guy in Poland who's crushing it. He was originally from the UK, so he has a British accent, but he's situated in Poland right now. He just fell in love with a girl there, and so he's in Poland, and he's crushing it. I mean, he's basically right now chasing over $1 million worth of deals that he thinks are going to close in the near term. The new hire in Paris, Mr. Arnaud Ahmet, is just getting started, and he's bringing his A game, and we have very high hopes that he's going to close some big name accounts soon.
Okay. Anthony's asking, want to know if you have your eyes on any new acquisitions, and will they come? And if so, what acquisitions are you looking to integrate with your current tech stack?
Absolutely. We are looking for new acquisitions. We're basically looking for companies in the AR, VR space. We're primarily focused on building our technology and acquiring technologies that are emerging in the AR, VR space. And we think that we'll have at least one, maybe two more deals before the end of the year that are in the AR, VR space. So we're in discussions, no deals yet, but we're definitely in the hunt.
Okay, we got a couple more questions. I think we'll get about 7 minutes before the next presenter. What are the moat factors for NexTech?
Well, as we've said repeatedly, we have a first mover advantage. And so What does that mean? Look at Facebook, right? You know, there are other companies that might try and compete with them, but when you have that first mover advantage, it kind of builds the moat around you because you're just that, you know, that authority in the space. And so right now, we're focused on building our customer base. It's kind of like a land grab for us. As far as a moat around our business, we are, as I mentioned earlier, working on patents, and working on developing our patent portfolio. That's definitely part of what we're doing, but the main thing is just generating business and going after new accounts. That's our main focus.
Oh, okay, we got two more interesting questions that just came in. Uh, is eBay Auction House boarding the AR jet?
Every big tech company is on the AR jet. Some of them are building their own in-house, and some of them are going outside their organization, but everybody's getting on board the AR jet.
Okay. Next question. When are you expecting to be profitable? And finally, why not make some AR products on Vuzix glasses to leapfrog towards AR adoption?
So as far as profitability, it's, you know, it's a question of how fast we want to grow. The decision right now is to spend money to generate and, you know, continue to build our customer base. We have to hire more salespeople, and so there's a possibility that we can be profitable in Q4, Q1 of 2021 or Q4 of 2020, but I'm not going to say that that's going to happen because everything's so dynamic, everything's so fluid. We're investing, we're making acquisitions, we're building our tech stack. We're not focused today on profitability as much as we're focused on cash flow, and we're focused on revenue. You know, that comes first and then profitability.
Okay. Next question here is, okay, so we got a comment, screen AR. Very cool. Question, what are the content development cycles for AR and educational content?
That question's a little ambiguous, but we're building AR experiences for universities right now. And, you know, it's still the early days, and stay tuned because we're going to be announcing something soon.
Okay, let's see. Any other questions here? Okay, we got, let's see, we got about 4 minutes to go before our next presenter. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Evan, I think we've reached the end of the questions. Okay, any let's do a last call here for the live audience, and then we'll let's see if
usually you have a couple of questions, Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, the question is when will the stock be $20? That is the question.
That's a good question. Let me get my crystal ball out.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is it, Evan. So I want to thank you again for all the great developments, and we've had. Hang on a second. Are we back on? One second.
Yeah, I stopped my screen share.
Oh, okay. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So we've had some really tremendous progress, and I'm looking forward to. I'm sure everybody in the audience is looking forward to hearing more in the coming weeks, and we will look forward to having you back on the next Superstock live stream, probably I think in about 3 weeks, based on the current the velocity of the developments right now. So
yeah. All right, Jack. Have
A
a
lot to
great
look forward to.
day.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much.